Yes, people. A judge is demanding answers after it emerged the drugs gang was able to obtain a £25,000 coronavirus recovery loan from the government. The extraordinary details came out during the trial of 5 men over a conspiracy to kidnap and rob an elderly businessman at Manchester Crown Court. Gary Betts, 57, Gerald Boyle, 57, brothers John and Chris Salmon, aged 32 and 35, and Wayne Simmons, 39, had already admitted being part of a conspiracy to supply cocaine. They stood trial over a plot to carry out a fake raid on a wealthy man aged in his 80s, believed to have large sums of cash, luxury cars and jewellery in his home. A jury was told how Manchester-based criminals Betts, Boyle and the Salmon brothers had set up a hideout at South Manchester Plastics, a once legitimate business on Gorton Road in Openshaw. After ownership was transferred to Boyle and the others, it became a front for criminality, Judge Anthony Cross told the court. There was some evidence of trading, but it was sparse and embarrassing and devoid of an illegal framework, he added. In fact, investigations later revealed the only significant payment going into or out of South Manchester Plastics accounts was a £25,000 bounce-back loan granted by the government, a jury was told. Meanwhile, the gang were buying cocaine at £40,000 a kilo and selling it on to dealers to split the profits. Unbeknown to the gang, the National Crime Agency had booked 2 portable cabins in the industrial yard and listened for several weeks as they discussed their criminal dealings, and the investigation took an even more sinister turn when Betts told the gang he had a nice job that would bring them plenty of dough. It involved posing as police officers to carry out a fake raid on a businessman's home in Greater Manchester. They expected him to have as much as £500,000 in cash hidden in the property and discussed torture tactics, including using a blowtorch on the victim's testicles, cutting off his hair and holding an iron to his chest to make him pay up. When the gang appeared to have been given the green light for the raid to go ahead over the May bank holiday weekend last year, the NCA moved in. All 5 men were found guilty following a trial, while a 6th, William Skillen, pleaded guilty to drugs charges. Following his sentencing, Judge Cross made a number of observations. He reminded the court how during the trial it emerged on 6th of May 2020, the government gave Jerry Boyle a £25,000 coronavirus bounce-back loan for South Manchester Plastics despite its lack of legitimacy. Opening the case, prosecutors told the jury SMC was incorporated in February 2019. The only director was Gerard Boyle. It seems that he was nominally in charge, but as you will hear, all of the Manchester-based defendants, Betts, Boyle and the Salmons, seem to have been equally in charge and equally responsible for what happened there. SMC was nationally a plastics recycling business, but as you will hear, neither the company nor Boyle nor the director of the company ever replied or received any permits or permissions from the Environment Agency to accept, sort, store or transport any type of waste products. They were not and never have been registered as waste carriers. During the entire time that the business was under observations, the NCA officers saw no legitimate trade. There were no plastics on the site when the NCA raided on the 11th of May 2020, and the company never filed any tax returns of any type at any time. Whilst there was some cash going through the accounts, the biggest single amount paid in was a £25,000 government bounce-back loan given to support businesses during the pandemic. Judge Cross said, now proceedings have concluded. He wants to know how Boyle was able to secure the bounce-back loan. The business was a pretence and a full inquiry should be made into whosoever it was that granted the loan to an organised crime group. I expect to receive an explanation within 14 days. The government guaranteed 100% of the loan and there were no fees or interest to pay back for the first 12 months. Applications closed on the 31st of March 2021 and the scheme proved to be much more popular than expected. Last October, a report from the National Audit Office said the scheme would lend between 38 billion to 48 billion by the 4th of November, substantially exceeding the assumed amount of 18 to 26 billion. A third-party review found that while some risk can be mitigated, there remained a very high level of fraud risk caused by self-certification, multiple applications, lack of legitimate interest, impersonation and organised crime. Anyway guys, that's it for this one, but don't forget to like, comment and share and subscribe. Peace.